Every city had its own model of development, its own journey towards becoming smart.
First thing we made before putting a stone in the ground was engaging an environmental scientist.
All the critical infrastructure have already been developed under this mission.
As we see, today we are in 2025, the mission is coming to a close. But it's really not the end for the mission, because this was always going to be from a mission to a movement. And as we start with that next phase of this program, there are certain important learnings that we would like to know and we'd like to understand on what has happened in the smart city space. This mission, just to give you a brief, was about 100 smart cities that were selected through a challenge process in the year 2016 to 18. The idea was that the mission will imbibe the spirits of cooperative federalism by way of consultation, engagement of the citizens, the other stakeholders for whom the city matters, and also competitive federalism by way of a challenge process wherein cities would compete with each other for central government grants and the state government grants. Imbibe the spirit of doing more from less. These were the core principles, because bringing in efficiency on government working, and technology was never meant to be an end goal when we talked about this mission. Technology was always going to be an enabler, and as we went on this journey, there were a lot of learnings that came about, how the mission led to development of capacities in cities, it led to development of new kind of institutional mechanism, new kind of understanding on what works and how it works, new kind of governance models wherein we learned to collaborate with various other government departments, other stakeholders, as we went on this through this journey of development. Several learnings, and I am sure today this panel will be telling us all about that on various space, how it led to inclusive development, how it led to creation of livelihoods, how it led to the built infrastructure getting more robust in cities, how it improved the quality of life, how it improved the sustainability or resilience of cities, and also led to economic growth and development. But as I was talking about, this 100 smart cities selected through a challenge process in the spirit of cooperative and competitive federalism, being multi-sectoral, this was another unique dimension for this program as such, because most of the Government of India program are focused on a particular sector. But here was a program that was multi-sectoral, that cut across environment, mobility, or energy. And it was a very bottom-up approach, wherein the selection of projects was something that was projected by the city administration in consultation with the stakeholders. So every city had its own model of development, its own journey towards becoming smart, and that's why there was no definition of what a smart city construes. So today, I would like to first start with one of our panelists, Mr. Amit. Amit today is the CEO of Ranchi Smart City Limited. He has been associated in the Urban Development Department for quite some time and has been a part of this journey for several years. And Ranchi embarked on a model of greenfield development. So like I was mentioning, each smart city chose its own path. Some decided to go on the retrofitting model, some decided to go on the redevelopment model, and some went on a complete greenfield development model. Ranchi was one such city which decided to go on a greenfield development model, and land monetization, asset development was something which was very, very unique to this city. And a lot of other cities have also been able to learn and try and replicate this model of development that Ranchi had implemented for itself. I would like to ask you, Rajat, as the first speaker, to kindly share your thoughts and views on how did Ranchi implement its developmental model with regard to land.
Thank you, sir, and good morning to all of you. Ranchi, a smart city, is one of 100 smart cities and it's unique because it's a greenfield project. It's a greenfield area-based development. And what we have done under a smart city mission, that we have already developed the 656 acre of land as a area-based development, and in which we have already completed the integrated infrastructure development work. And in this integrated infrastructure development work, we have already developed the road with pedestrian and cycle track. all the utilities, the energy, what we have done that the GIS power substation for sustainable energy supply, the supply of water and the wastewater management also. All the critical infrastructure have already been developed under this mission, and that will be sufficient for 1.5 lakh population. So what we have done that we have already created a sustainable city model that will cater the need of 1.5 lakh population, in which the major thrust is to develop a knowledge hub, because in this 656 acre of land, auctionable land is around 350 acre of land, in which we are offering 21% of land for quality educational institutes that will cater the need of the city as well as the state. Apart from institutional land, we are offering residential land, in which 16,000 flats will be constructed for 80,000 population, and the commercial, mixed use, and the public and semi-public also, in which we have to develop the hospital, schools, medical college. So this smart city will definitely cater the need of the educational requirement, the residential requirement, and the future need also. What we have done that this infrastructure is sustainable in nature, because Jharkhand is known for the forest land and the land close to nature. So 37% of the area of Ranchi Smart City is the greener area, open space area, and river rejuvenation project is also a part of this smart city. So we have already taken care of the development of the green space as well as the critical environment friendly works also. In a smart city, what we have observed and what we have learned that we have to gain more from less. We have to get more from less. So what we have done, we have developed a sequential batch reactor of 16 MLD of water sewerage treatment plant, in which the treated wastewater will be supplied to the each and every plot for secondary purpose of the water, like gardening, flushing, and the car washing also. So we are optimizing the utilization of resources also. In Ranchi Smart City, entire construction will be following the Griha 3 norms. That is the energy efficient buildings, others. And Griha 4 and Griha 5, if any developer is following the Griha 4 and Griha 5 rating, they will be awarded with the extra FAR. So incentive is already there for taking environmental friendly steps for developer also. As sir already told about the sustainable aspect of this mission and the land monetization part, I will focus upon that we have successfully conducted 4 auctions, in which we have already awarded 16 land plots to different developer, to including like medical college, technical college, this school. I think whole residential plot have been auctioned, sir, and through that only we have earned 570 crore rupees, and we have given back to the government also. So it's a win-win situation for every stakeholders, that the citizens are getting the services, that is the state-of-the-art facilities, and government is also offering a sustainable infrastructure to every citizens of that particular ABD area. And the third, it's a economically viable options also, that in spite of all these developmental work, we are getting revenue out of it through auction of that particular 60 plot, which I have already mentioned. We will definitely collect, I think, 2,500 crore out of it. And 40,000 crore of investment will be there in Ranchi Smart City. That will boost the economic development of that particular area. And I think that this smart city has given a further vision to develop other area also in different part of the state. So taking lesson from the Ranchi Smart City, now we are planning to develop a satellite town of the major cities like Dhanbad, Hazaribagh, Devghar, Dumka also. So now it's time to realize the benefits of that smart city work and implement it into in other part of the state. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amit. And I think you have touched upon the right points on area-based development. And recently, a study was conducted by the Smart Cities Mission with some of the top universities in 5 of the cities. And what they found that it was the real estate developers who had validated your point, that how the property prices in these cities have been more stable, and more than 80% of the projects are actually being implemented in the ABD areas under the Smart Cities Mission. So ABD approach does make more economic sense when you're looking at development. And in that same way, like you have talked about greenfield development, another major initiative of the Government of India has been the industrial smart cities that were recently announced. As a Smart Cities Mission is at a fag end for the 100 cities, but of course, like I mentioned, it's a journey that continues from mission to movement. But then again, the industrial smart cities are something that have probably taken some of the learnings from the existing smart cities, and we have the CEO of National Industrial Development Corridor Corporation, Mr. Rajat Kumar Saini, who's from the Telangana cadre of the IAS 2007 batch. I would request you to kindly share your vision on how are we going to develop these industrial smart cities, and what about the industrial development corridor that you are working on.
Thank you, Rahul ji. First of all, I would like to compliment you for the leadership of Smart Cities Mission for almost 7 years, and I believe almost from the inception stage to a level of maturity and the successful implementation. So we greenfield industrial smart cities may look like a kind of misfit in this expo, but I will take you back to 2014 when government, yes, with the vision of Honorable PM, there was one thing about 100 smart cities which are existing cities, and then the existing cities need to be made smart. As well as government also heralded a mission of creating new greenfield industrial smart cities. Now all this is a part of ease of living and ease of doing business both. So in fact we can put all of it. If we also include jobs, then jobs are also a part of ease of living. So in that way manufacturing and industry also becomes a part of living. So under that, in the whole ease of living umbrella, ease of manufacturing and ease of doing business is kind of a subset. And apart from many other things that government is doing to promote that, one of the component is building greenfield industrial smart cities. So over last 10 years, we have built 8 greenfield smart cities. You might have heard about Dholera, which is also the first semiconductor city of India. You might have heard about a part of Greater Noida is built by us. There is a greenfield smart city in Maharashtra, Shendra Bitkin. Similarly, there is one near Ujjain, 4 are under construction. And building upon the success of this, government approved 12 new projects of industrial smart cities in last year in August. Now there is a lot of synergy between the Smart Cities Mission as well as the work that we are doing. Where does the synergy lie? As you rightly said, the synergy lies in the learnings from Smart Cities mission. The kind of technologies that you are implementing, we actually copied a lot of technologies. There are where we excel under National Industrial Corridor Development Program is how to make the cities also a hub of manufacturing and a hub of industrial growth. And building upon this, many of you might have heard, Government of India last year announced 100 new industrial parks near cities using town planning schemes. This was a very, very prominent, what should I say, announcement, which has taken lessons from Smart Cities mission, from National Industrial Corridor Development Program, where we need to pool land, we need to find synergy with the smart cities, we need to find land, and also do the kind of greenfield development that is being done in the industrial smart cities of Industrial Corridor Development Corporation. This also brings to focus the kind of whole of government approach that is being taken by the government in last 10 years, and rather than the various ministries and departments working in silos, we are trying to find continuously we are trying to find synergy between various departments and trying to learn from the experiences that various departments are having, and also trying to have a convergence of schemes. So smart cities need to be smart, yes, but they also need to be a generator of jobs. They also need to promote economic development. And why I am saying so? So cities today, our urban areas have 66% of GDP. They have 66% of GDP of India. That is 2/3 GDP of India, but are providing only 1/3 of the jobs. So we need to have these figures need to come closer. So GDP, I am not saying that we can come closer by reducing the GDP. We need to come closer by increasing the jobs. And already India has a lot of strength in service sector. How do we need to promote cities also as a center of manufacturing? And when I'm saying center of manufacturing, I don't mean that manufacturing has to happen in cities. Manufacturing has to happen close to cities. And why? Because the kind of social infrastructure, the kind of social ecosystem that cities provide, it is difficult to build in greenfield cities. The kind of ecosystem that the Smart Cities mission has been able to build in last 10 years for 100 cities, and will be doing in next 10 years for many other cities, because now in last 10 years what has happened, not just the government of India but state governments have particularly taken up the leadership of Smart Cities movement. I won't say mission, Smart Cities movement. And now even without the government of India support, as Amit just mentioned, as Rahul ji mentioned, states themselves are developing these smart cities. So what we have to do as part of industries ecosystem, we need to leverage upon the social infrastructure. We need to leverage upon this whole smart city ecosystem and use that ecosystem and social infrastructure to make these cities also a hub of growth, a hub of jobs, a hub of industrial growth, a hub of manufacturing. You have been able to, your job was very difficult because you started with the legacy problems of existing cities. My job is very difficult because yes, I can put all technology, I can build everything, but I don't have people to fill those cities. So that is why both of us need to work closer. The cities as part of urban development and the cities also as part of industrial development. We have to find these synergies, and there are enough points of convergence that have been identified in last 10 years, and I am sure that the leadership of this urban renewal missions, the leadership at the state level and federal level, as well as the leadership for industry, for industrial development. They are going to, they have learnt a lot in last 10 years, and I believe that in the next 10 years, we would be seeing cities not just as smart cities, but also as a hub for jobs and as well as a hub for manufacturing.
Thank you so much, Rajat ji. Technology, of course, has always been associated with the Smart Cities mission, and you have also mentioned that in your point. And we have seen cutting-edge technology being introduced in many areas across smart cities. So when you're talking about various urban practices like traffic management, waste management, energy management, the integrated command and control centers have played a wonderful role in that development. How this has translated in a city like Tumkuru, which has been known to be a green, clean, sustainable city, and how I would just like to stop here for a second because one of our panelists has to attend an important call. So I would like to say thank you so much, Rajat ji, for being a part of the panel and sharing your vision for the industrial smart cities with us. Okay, thank you. Yeah, coming back. So when I was talking about Tumkuru Smart City, and we are lucky to have with us the CEO of Tumkuru Smart City Limited, Ms. Ashwija BV, who's an IS officer, and would like to share her thoughts on how technology has been a good enabler in handling various issues such as when you're talking about safety of cities, and especially when you're looking at women, because that's one area there the smart cities have exclusively focused on. Making cities safe for women using technology as an enabler. If you'd like to share your thoughts, it would be wonderful.
Good morning, everyone. So Tumkur is also known as education city or industrial city, wherein we have around 800 education institutions and around 1,500 industries spread across 10 industrial areas, wherein 3 of the industrial areas are just in the Tumkur city. Tumkur is also called as Edge City, which is just 60 kilometers away from our Bangalore, capital city of Karnataka. So, which has a huge potential of becoming a part of the greater Bangalore in very near future. So, given these conditions, every day we have around 8 to 10,000 people commuting to just Tumkur, from Tumkur to Bangalore and to other industrial areas within the districts. So, given this situation, safety of women and even the other men also becomes our utmost priority. So we have around 413 cameras installed across various parts of the city and around 50 public announcement systems, and we have around 30 smart poles wherein we have SOS buttons installed in them. So these cameras have been playing a wonderful role from the past 2 to 3 years. We have been observing that we have started with a small project wherein single women, especially at the night time, somewhere between from 10 to 2 a.m. and from early morning 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. are being monitored through our cameras. So through these cameras and through public announcement systems, we make sure that the single women who are waiting for their buses or taxis or in a railway station or in a bus stand, so we give them the moral support. So we do have some examples wherein we have asked women who are standing alone on the roads to make sure that they're safe. We have asked them to wave their hands back at us to make sure that they're safe. And so they do wave their hands, showing that there's no such imminent danger. And these SOS button, as I was just mentioning, has also empowered the women. Like I would like to take an example of just 1 week back, a woman at around 11 p.m. just presses the SOS button. So, and immediately our command center answered to it. And the issue was, she is an illiterate woman, and she and her 9 months old baby were thrown out of the house at 11 p.m. in the night. So she immediately comes out of the house and she presses the SOS button. And that is when our command center team, in coordination with the police, reaches the spot in just 5 minutes, and it is made sure that the woman is allowed back in the house, and the case was registered against her husband. So these are the cases which gives us more power as a city. And we also had played an important role. As all you all might be knowing, there was a blast in Bangalore city, in Rameshwaram cafe. So the terrorist, right after the blast, he came to Tumkur city, which is just 60 kilometers from the Bangalore, and we found him roaming on the streets. But we found after some 10 days, when the investigation team came to Tumkur, that is when through our smart city cameras, we were able to track this terrorist movement across the city, and from where he took the bus and which destination he reached. And even the traffic management has been a better thing now when compared to the previous time. So earlier, entering a city and leaving a city would take 18 minutes, almost 15 to 18 minutes. Now through integrated traffic management system, once you enter the city and you find a green signal, and then through rest of the city you get only green signal, so nowhere you will be stopped. And now the transit time has reduced from 18 minutes to now 10 minutes, almost 9 to 10 minutes. So in this way we have been able to make use of the command center. And as part of I'm also the Tumkur City Corporation Commissioner, so we have made use of these cameras to monitor the waste management. Like during night times, we have people throwing the waste across the main roads and highways and the service roads. So through these cameras, we were able to monitor these activities and go and penalize them. And till now, we have collected around 15 lakhs of just penalty, by issuing penalty starting from as small amount as 500 to 50,000. And during monsoon systems, so during monsoons, especially at the night time when the people are not in the office, but our command system center has 24/7 staff. So but the corporation staff, usually when we are at home during night times, during monsoons, these cameras have been very helpful, wherein the water logging areas are immediately identified and informed to the respective engineers. So these engineers immediately go and attend to these water logging areas, through which we can avoid fatal accidents wherein people getting trapped under underways, bridges. So in this way, command centers have been used as a tool to ensure that our city is safe and secure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ashmeja. And I think we have talked about technology, we have talked about economic growth and development, and we have talked about quality of life and livelihoods. One important part of smart cities is also making the cities more inclusive. When we are talking about accessibility and inclusion, that's a very, very important part. And some new learnings that have come about in the smart cities mission implementation, be it the development of all ability parks in several of the cities like Visakhapatnam and the other cities as well. Now, Belagavi is one such smart city that has taken a lead in this kind of inclusive development and inclusion-led growth. When we look at today the number of projects that we have implemented, there are more than 7,700 plus projects under the Smart Cities mission. But a significant number of them have actually looked at the core values of inclusive city development, and accessibility is one such core area where they have worked. And I would like the CEO of Belagavi Smart City Limited, Ms. Syeda Afreen Banu, to share her thoughts and views on what Belagavi has done that other cities can learn from to make it more inclusive.
Namaste everyone. First of all, I congratulate Mahua, headed by Rahul Kapoor sir as director and as JS also, for making the smart city mission as true fruition. As today's topic is how smart city has transformed the cities into fruition. We heard from Ranchi and we heard from Tumkuru, and now I am telling about Belgavi. It is nothing but the smart city mission which has transformed cities to fruition. The journey has started from vision, now it has come up to fruition. Belgavi Smart City is known as the second capital city of Karnataka. Every year we do the winter session in Belgavi. though it's a small city, but it is adjoining the bordering area of Maharashtra, Goa, very accessible to many of the adjoining states. So Belagavi Smart City is known for inclusivity. It has won the United Nations Award for Inclusivity, and among the 100 cities, MoHUA has selected 10 cities as accessible cities. Belagavi is only one city from Karnataka as accessible cities. I am proud to say that most of the Belagavi Smart City projects are targeted to improve the quality of life and accessibility, inclusivity and sustainability. For example, our projects are Kids Zone and Digital Library. Kids Zone and Digital Library is one of its kind, where we have used AI, artificial intelligence, and where it is based on the motto that if you can't go to library will come to you. You can download the reading material and you can read in your houses. And also in our Kids Zone, it is advanced AI based technology. It measures the cognitive abilities of the kids, and it helps in early screening the mental disabilities or some disabilities among the children, for example dementia, etc. Another most striking project of Belagavi is Khawkatta, that is food street. It is 56 shops food street. All the 56 shops are run by women entrepreneurs. Self-help groups and other women entrepreneurs are running. Just from a 2 crore project, we have generated an economy of 52 crores now, after 7 years of completion. And another our major project is, as Sir said, accessibility. It is Mahatma Phule Garden, where we have created a garden, utilized the public space, and also created a hall where the specially abled, mentally retarded children are given therapy, education and also recreation. We are having a tie-up with physiotherapy college from KLE institution and giving treatment, therapy and recreation and also education to the mentally retarded children. Another striking project of Belagavi Smart City is we have modular OT in our government hospital, that is Belagavi Institute of Medical Sciences. Modular OT in orthopedics has created lot of reduced a lot of infectious infection transfers after operations, and also we have given advanced life-saving ambulance, and we have maternity hospital, and also PHC center also improved. Basically Belagavi projects are known major in health, education sector, which are social sectors, not keen on generating revenue. These are all social aspects, but Belagavi is also targeting to self-sustainability, moving ahead towards self-sustainability, and we are we are now towards the revenue generating also. We are giving internship training to under NULP, sir. We are giving internship training to engineering students about urbanization, how smart city mission has evolved, and how our projects have come up to giving internship courses to engineering student. We are also having MOU with Rani Chennamma University, and we are giving them consultancy regarding smart publishing decks, using our ICCC and using our digital library. We are giving PMC consultancy services also. We are moving ahead towards revenue generation also. In a nutshell, I want to say that Smart City Mission has empowered the cities for sustainability and also livability, and made the people's life livable. This is the journey of smart city mission. Not only Belagavi, all other 100 smart cities have done lot of good projects. Belagavi is one among them, and Belagavi, I am proud to say that in ICCC, Belagavi ICCC had stood top in IMAF evaluation, sir, scoring highest in the IMAF evaluation. Looking ahead as transforming the cities to sustainability. Thank you very much, sir, for providing opportunity.
Thank you so much, Syeda. That was a fairly comprehensive account of all the wonderful work that Belagavi Smart City has undertaken. So this thinking about making cities more inclusive, probably post-COVID, we realized that we need to also look at the softer elements. So be it the Streets for People challenge that looked about making cities more walkable, more pedestrian friendly. The Cycles for Change challenge that looked at making cities more cyclable, promoting non-motorized transport and active mobility in cities. The Nurturing Neighborhood Challenge that talked about children, their caregivers, looking at a whole care ecosystem that makes it more enabling for people to come out, and especially the women, because they basically share the care burden. When we are talking about public transport, the Transport for All Challenge, or other such initiatives that the Eat Smart Cities Challenge that looked at making food ecosystem in cities. And recently the Accessible India initiative of the Honorable Prime Minister, and how the Smart Cities mission is actually looking at making cities more accessible. There is a program on that as well, and many of the cities have embarked on that journey that Syeda ji just mentioned about how Belagavi is also looking at their existing public infrastructure, and somewhere the learnings that have been built over the last so many years in making the public infrastructure more maybe accessible and for all abilities, for all age groups. We also have to look at some of the work that has happened beyond the Smart Cities mission, and Markaz Knowledge City is one such example of a rural area being transformed with around 40 villages on a new socio-economic developmental model, how livelihoods have been created, and of course how technology has also been used as an enabler in that particular city. The CEO of Markaz Knowledge City, Mr. Abdul Salam Mohammed, this city is based in Kerala, and I would request him to share his developmental model on social and economic development while developing the Markaz Knowledge City.
Good morning to everybody. And thank you very much of the chairperson with tons of experience is coming to fill the gap, whatever we say. See, Markaz Knowledge City has got two unique advantages. One, it is not a triple P, public-private partnership. It is purely private partnership done project. Government said, both governments have supported us like anything. And that is one of the basic success of this project is support from the Government of India as well as the Government of Kerala. 500,000 square meters area, 300,000 built up area with 21 functional unit starting from primary school to the higher education, from hotel to convention center, and the health from super specialty hospital to the Ayush approved blend of medical practices. City is now with 5,000 people, all developed, complied with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, plus Smart City Mission standards and specification. Even our sewage treatment plants are smart. As you know, like a diabetic patient take the medicine regularly without any failure, these treatment plants need dosing as a chemical. So we felt that this cannot be handled by the people. They may make mistakes. We integrated IoT-based technologies and AI-enabled to ensure the health of the sustainable functioning of the treatment plant. That's why we say our city is not only sustainable city, but also smart city, but also green city. We developed this in a rural area in the foothills of Western Ghats that determine the weather of almost 6 to 7 states of India. What is the uniqueness is, one, it is done by an individual, a leader, social leader,
he was planning to expand his higher education facilities to rural area. Since he was highly conscious of his environment, there are a lot of concerns was on environment fragility. So he invited the experts, and we made first thing we made before putting a stone in the ground was engaging an environmental scientist to make a report on how we can make and bring a population of 10,000 people to a rural area without compromising on the fragility of the environment. 100% we followed it, we did it. So it is a completely by a social leader in Kerala as part of his expansion of the education project. All the smart components are there, even the street lights powered by the solar plus sensors, as and when required only it gets lit up. One of the second biggest advantage of this project is it is done in the completely rural area, aligning with one of the projects promoted by the government of India called PURA, P-U-R-A, providing urban amenities to the rural area. The problem we are facing today, I am coming from the city we made, the air quality index as per the WHO in our city is 38. It's almost 10 times where we are sitting today here. And this 38 is equivalent to what is in Geneva. We went and presented this paper into the headquarters of UN. There the quality of air was almost near to the quality of air what we have in the Marcus Noller city. Which means that a complete urban facilities are provided to the villages, and to ensure a sustainable city is sustainable. For that, we open up a marketplace for villages. What I mean by that is, we have estimated that around 40 to 50 crores food products needed for the city. And then thousands of LED bulbs and fans and refrigerators all are required for the city. We have an option remaining as a consumer or as a producer. We decided to become a producer. For producing that, we did not open up heavy industries. We engaged rural area ladies to do that. Starting from making best quality turmeric, which containing the large quantities of curcumin, plus making LED bulbs, all with the comfort of their home. What I mean by that is, if a lady make 100 LED bulbs with the comfort of their home kitchen, she gets around 5 rupees per bulb. We give the raw materials, she engage in making, we train them. Around 100 ladies, we train them to make the bulbs and fan for us. When she makes, she can easily make 100 bulbs, and that economy, through which we are ensuring, even the UN is talking about universal basic income, we are ensuring minimum 500 rupees are reaching to the 100,000 household as a benefit of this city. So my submission to the elite crowd and the leaders of the smart city is, what India need to ensure uniform development of the nation, to ensure the uniformity of the development, to fill the gap between the urban area and the rural area. As all of you know, why Delhi is getting congested, why Mumbai is getting congested, because the rural area getting migrated into the urban area for their livelihood. We have seen the reverse migration when the COVID-19 came. The people were flooding from the urban area to the rural area by walking. Then we saw the huge population is flooding into the urban area. So if we can do the project like what we did in the Marcus Noller city, empowering a rural area, building an urban amenities, by complying with all the sustainable development goals, specifications and standards, and the Smart City Council standards, we are ensuring an empowerment of the villages, which means that their livelihood is ensured, their education is ensured, their health is ensured. That are the primary goals of the sustainable development goals proposed by the SDG. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Salam Ahmed. And We have heard the smart cities of the smart cities mission. We have heard about the rural experience. We have heard about industrial smart cities. Now is the time to learn from the international experience as well. And we are very, very honored to have with us the Honorable Minister of the Government of Moscow, Head of Department for External Economic and International Relations of Moscow, Mr. Sergey Cheremin. Your Excellency, Sergey Cheremin is a seasoned financial and government expert currently serving as the Minister of the Moscow City Government, and he's the head of the Foreign Economic and International Relations Department. A distinguished alumnus of Moscow State University, Institute of International Relations and Moscow State University. He specialized in international journalism and global economic issues. Early in his career, he gained invaluable international exposure through internships and advanced training programs in the United States with a robust background in banking. And he has led various banks from 1991 to 2003 before becoming the CEO and later chairman of the Moscow Bank of Reconstruction and Development. Your Excellency, I would like you to address this august gathering on the work that the Moscow Smart Cities has done and how we can learn from the good work that Moscow has undertaken.
Thank you so much. Very good morning. It's a great honor for me to share Moscow experience, how we develop safe and smart city. And nowadays, Moscow is one of the most advanced metropolises all around the globe, using all the possible means for digitalization, and we are proud that nowadays digital solutions really help city to manage all its spheres. And in 2010, when Moscow mayor came to his office, we understood that without digitalization, without data-driven economy, we could hardly change the life of the huge metropolis that has approximately 15 million population. And we start from the modernization of transport infrastructure, and our first case was the introduction of the intelligent transport management system. We carefully examined the experience of the biggest metropolises like Singapore, Shanghai, Beijing, Madrid, Berlin, Vienna, Paris, London, and we understood that all the solutions should be adopted to Moscow circumstances and the Moscow situation, and within a very short period of time our own system was launched. It was a huge investment at that time, nearly $1 billion, and a lot of people were skeptical about this incredible investment, but we understood within just a very short period of time that it was one of the most effective solutions. We reduced the number of car accidents dramatically. The mobility of population enhanced nearly 60%. We now have one of the most effective systems that controls transport management, and that comprises hundreds of thousands of video cameras, sensors, smart lights on the crossroads. We effectively use artificial intelligence to provide security on the roads, and that was the first example. Then we understand that we should go to the construction, and nowadays all the construction sites are also being controlled by video cameras, and if something happens, artificial intelligence immediately detects accidents. And nowadays we have 6.5 million square meters of new construction that is also being built according to the best ecological and energy efficient standards. And that allows us also through the command and control centers to manage and optimize usage of water, heat in the city, electricity. We introduced one of the most updated system in healthcare that allows us to provide within a very short period of time using artificial intelligence diagnosis to patients in cardiology, in radiology, in pneumonia, and the system showed its efficiency during COVID time, and we were one of the most efficient metropolises that managed the COVID crisis in the world. We use also our video surveillance system to manage the city, and nowadays it comprises 250,000 cameras integrated in one system and linked to the data processing centers, and video recognition, face recognition allows us to reduce dramatically the number of street crimes, nearly 90% within 1 decade. And we were first in the world who launched high-speed Wi-Fi in subway, in public areas for free. Now we widely use face pay, the biometric system, to have access to subway, to public transport, and it allows you to avoid any cash payments or banking transactions through cards. And it's very easy, and we avoid queues to subway stations. We widely use artificial intelligence and special platforms in education. Moscow Electronic School is one of the most updated educational platforms in the world. It comprises 1.5 million video contents in its library, the best lessons provided by the best teachers and professors, and it links teachers, students, and professors in one, let's say, integrated environment, and it helps to control children. You can easily find out when your child entered school, when he exited school, what was he doing, what was he eating. The parents receive online all the information about the activity of your children, and it's also showed its effectiveness during the COVID time, when we had all the online education for children, and thus we think that smart and safe city solution and data-driven economy allows us to provide most effective and strategic decisions also in urban planning. Moscow was the first city that launched the digital twin of the city, and now it has more than 5,000 layers. You can, with one click, understand when this building was constructed, who was the construction company, all the layers of the building, all the communication. You can find out all the underground facilities and utilities used for water supply, for gas supply, for heat supply, and it helps you to predict how the situation is going to develop within the nearest future, and that helps us also to modernize roads, build new interchanges, new tunnels, and thus Moscow is considered as one of the most effective cities in urban planning. And in 2022, United Nations UN Habitat made the special research and checked 60 biggest metropolises of the world, And at the end, Moscow was granted first place for the best quality of infrastructure and best quality of life. That was because we really widely introduce digitalization in all the spheres, and nowadays Moscow reached 100% of the sustainable goals, and these are the goals in innovations and infrastructure, affordable and clean energy, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, quality of education, and climate action. And speaking about climate, we also widely use digitalization to control the air pollution in the city. Everywhere we have sensors, and the system works very effectively and helps us to reduce dramatically the emission of carbon, nearly 50% within a decade. And we think that till 2030, Moscow will be one of the most cleanest cities in the world, as we launch a lot of green energy initiatives. We continue to build subway lines. Moscow park of electric buses is the biggest fleet in Europe now. We have more than 50% of the space of the city covered with park and green spaces. So all these efforts provide very comfortable environment, and we also introduce special platforms that allows stakeholders and citizens to participate actively in the management of the city. The system is called Active Citizen. You can easily make any photo of any problematic situation in the city, the pit on the road, bad waste management, sent to the platform, and within the very short period of time you'll receive the response that situation was cleared and everything is perfect. So all these measures provide sustainability, and we are here for the third time at this expo, and on our booth you can find out one very interesting project. It's the sustainable region of the cities that is being constructed from scratch. It's called Rublevo-Arkhangelskaya, and it comprises approximately 5 million square meters of ecology-friendly buildings with the best technologies, how to save energy, how to save water, and provide most efficient management of the districts. And the waste management in the district is organized by the vacuum tubes. So you just throw it into the tube and it disappears. You won't find any car on the street that is taking the waste. So it's a very interesting project, and I'll be happy to invite you to our exposition of Moscow, and where we introduce a lot of different solutions, especially in digitalization, and they are very widely used now by the city management. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. And I think that address fairly covered all the dimensions that a smart city touches upon, and the city of Moscow is demonstrating that. Not only do we look at the ways to improve your existing infrastructure, build a technology layer on top of that, look at the social and economic aspects of city growth and development. So whether it's improving the quality of life, whether it's making cities more sustainable and resilient, or whether looking at economic growth as an important driver for cities. We also have to look at the emerging trends, emerging technologies, emerging issues with regard to the climate change agenda that we are all having with us. and including the city of Moscow, the kind of initiatives that they have undertaken when it comes to climate change, the resilience of a city in dealing with a pandemic like the COVID-19, and the similar kind of demonstration that happened in the 100 smart cities, wherein these cities were working on information dissemination, improved communication, better preparedness, and better management of resources, how the ICCCs or the command and control centers were repurposed for that. So a lot of work has happened, a lot of learnings are there within India, globally, and that's where these kind of collaborations, these kind of platforms like the 10th Smart City India Expo and this kind of discussion that we are having today is going to be very, very fruitful and will energize and catalyze all the city leaders who are here today and who would be watching us online. So with that, we will come to a closure of this panel. Unfortunately, because of paucity of time, we will not take any questions, but of course we can have a discussion with the various panelists, and I would request the Master of Ceremonies to take over. Thank you.
And I would like to request you also to kindly present the mementos to our speakers. Thanking Sergey Cheremin, the Honorable Minister, the Russian cities promising climate sensitive, clean, green, inclusive growth of their cities, progressive cities. He shared with us how their cities are today future ready. Thanking, anyways you can start, give anyone, yeah. Thanking Mr. Abdul Salam Mohammed from Marka's Knowledge City, how the rural economy was transformed and building on, involving women also, and bringing out socio-economic growth. We had Mr. Amit Kumar from the Ranchi Smart Cities, the Greenfield City and building sustainable cities. Thanking Ms. Syeda, Afreen, Banu, again bringing about socio-inclusive growth of the cities. And thanking Ashwiza, building safe and progressive cities of Tumakuru Smart City. May I request Charanjit from the Exhibitions India Group to kindly present the memento to our moderator. Thanking Mr. Rahul Kapoor, presently the Executive Director, Finance, Ministry of Railways, the former Joint Secretary, Mahua.